From last week, understand why we put up this symbolic fencing. It's not real fencing. It doesn't really stop people like a deer fence. It's something people could go through if they wanted to. What's the purpose of it? But they'll make many of them. It won't be just one. It's a lot of it. So it's not until you start seeing them incubate that you'll be able to find the nest usually. So and they lay an egg every other day. So once that clutch is complete, they start incubating.
How long is the incubation?
It's about a month. It can vary. If they get chilled, it might be delayed. And then they hatch, and then they're with their parents for about a month until they fledge.
How many eggs?
If you look at another person, that person's name, date, time of day that you go, how long you were there. We like to go to tides because what you see is affected by the tides.
Right.
For example, the birds in Mattatuck Inlet, during a low tide, they may not be here on the beach. They may be in the mud flats over in the creek. So as an entire site, if we're trying to find the birds, sometimes we look over by the AEC site and across the creek. You'll see them in the mud flats. So you would know how many plovers you saw. You might note their activity. There was courtship behavior. There was scraping. There were what's called shell tossing. It's like this one part of the courtship. The male just tosses the shells around. So you'd note that. You'd note if you saw a crow, because it helps to know like predators of maybe plover eggs or chicks are in the vicinity. If you see a merlin, if you see fox tracks, maybe you see fox tracks in the scat. It's good to know that because we like to know what the potential predators are. One predator that you will not see, likely not see any sign of, is a great horned owl. To be used on the sound side, they're heftier. They're gonna do a better job of staying in the sand. So it gets driven down. About this much, maybe even more. I kind of drive them down until they hit the top is level with my chin. But this is kind of a mess right now, but you're gonna really, it should be just one nice strand of string, right? But people go under, dogs go under. So in high traffic areas, I actually put 3 levels of string, really to help deter dogs and people. So just keep that in mind when you're stringing. More remote spots, you could probably just get away with the 1 string. Signs like this to post when the chicks hatch. A really important time that people really need to keep those dogs leashed. Those chicks are so vulnerable especially that first week and into that second week of life.
You need to highlight that in like lime green or something. I think of kids, if parents say, "Oh, the chicks have hatched," they all want to go and look.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's my fear.
Last year at Cedar Beach, there was this family walking, and there's like this berm thing, and there was a nest. And I'm like, the kids were running, they had a dog loose, and I said, "Can you please not have your children there? There's piping plover." Plover. They all had to descend and look. They had absolutely no regard. And
and peeling sound front. Monitoring, we have it all documented. When they start when they start incubating, you want to get a close estimation of when they started their incubation, because you can estimate when they're going to hatch. Right? There's a whole chart actually. Okay, so if they start laying on this day, they're going to probably hatch on this day, and they're going to fledge on this day. It's an estimate, but it helps you plan. that's why we have the monitoring, so we can document. We can document when they're going to hatch. We can estimate when they're going to hatch. We can document if there's been disturbances. If a nest has been invaded upon, they're going to have to start all over again. Now we have a later hatch date once they finish that second clutch. So it's all documented. So just as a reminder, we're avoiding exposures unless absolutely necessary. So it's not like we're going to go and expose every single plover nest. Okay, it's only if they're like predated upon, and we think there's a predator issue. At least tern colony sites, there should be an informational sign on least terns. These really help educate the public. A lot of people don't know what they're even looking at, especially if they're piping plovers and least terns at the same site. Because a lot of times people call least terns piping plovers. They think, they're like, oh yeah, piping plovers, they dive on their head. I go, oh, those are least terns. So it helps if people can at least see the differences. At every town site, really every beach site should have a no dog sign, entering the symbolic fenced area. Okay, this sign is going to go right at this walkway here, and also down at the other end of that guardrail. People should know no dogs are allowed just on this beach at all. This is a Mattatuck Park District beach. I shall go get that person.
Bring the sign with you.
Yeah, I'm just going to go take it up. This kind of post is always going to face out because you want the sign flush against this flat, this portion here. So this would face whichever way your sign is facing, this piece right here. When we have the heavier one, you still want to take note of how the post is situated, because it makes it a little bit more secure, and it won't wobble as much. Oops, it gets snug. And then you have to just make sure that they stay upright, and I can actually keep it upright.
Good job.
And then so the other one would go here. Any takers? You can actually use, might be able to use the lighter one while you're in space. Anybody want to try to use a lighter one? That one's pretty heavy. You gotta be careful when you're going over your head, and then you have to watch your hands. I'm just gonna guide it on the bottom. down to there, and then we're going to be coming back here, if everyone's okay with that. Maybe I'll get you guys warm up a little. So, one thing I've done is actually just find a piece of driftwood like this and use that to walk it out. Helps. This line, come on. The last thing you want to have, I could use this for a sign actually. Use that for a sign. You don't want things flapping in the wind, right? Also, just like the signs, the more the wind blows it, the more it weakens it. There's more friction against the post perhaps, and it can break. So I'm actually pulling pretty tight on the string. Now, instead of just wrapping this around several times, I mean, it's common sense. A lot of people are like, of course, yes, I know that, but a lot of people don't. You're gonna go over and then under, keeping tension on the line. Okay, and that might be all you need. So if you feel like it's not secure enough, you can go around again. But that should be all you need, because that's going to keep it tight until you get to the next one. Because if you let this if you didn't tie it that way, this is gonna get slack in it. So you can feel it. It's pretty tight. It's okay. I'm going to go to the next one. Over, under. Right? Hopefully, it's in a situation where if I needed to, like say if I had to drop it, if I had to drop that, I can work. I can do signs, I can do flagging. Okay, so you might find that there's not enough to get to the next one, so you might want to cut it here and tie it, you know, maybe even a double knot there. All right, we're going to leave this for a second. We're going to go over the flagging. This flagging is there. It's also there for humans safety. So this would be a single line. It's a symbolic fence. Again, high traffic areas, you're going to want to put two, maybe even three. Okay, but for the flagging, you just don't want to go too long. Not too short, not too long. You're going to find, I mean, I don't ever have like an exact measured length. It's like an estimate. You break it off. The method, so if I were to tie it with just a knot like this, the wind's going to just carry it and you'll find them all bunched. Okay? Because we live in a pretty windy spot. Well, ocean areas are usually generally windy, but even on the bay side, I don't know, anyone want to help me explain this? I got a triangle. I'm going to pinch the flagging and pull it through and make it tight. This is actually not a great flagging tape actually. I have another roll and you'll see the difference. One will just really grab tight. This one, I'm going to grab the other one just because this is not the best. It's on the front seat. You can always just make an extra knot. So here, it's not going to scare the birds off, okay? It's just enough as a visual so people do not walk into the fence. How frequently do you want to do this? My general rule of thumb is if it's a fence that's on a perpendicular to where people walk, you know, say enough. I have to pull it tight. You see it? It pulls them together. And this is just an extra. So, 2 zip ties. Okay, so here's the thing. You're going to find inconsistencies with the signs and the holes that are in them. This is probably the least efficient. Probably gonna need like 3 or 4 zip ties for this. Like the best ones are when there's 2 holes at the top and 2 holes at the bottom. That's the easiest. So just like we had here, I had to use multiple zip ties for this. And so I will need another one. Thank you. Doesn't look pretty now, but gets the job done.
Are you getting more of those lines?
Yes, we have more at the Nature Center.
If you need to pull through them, I can do that.
Yes. These birds are amazing. You know, they're like, why can't they be more adaptable? Well, they are. I mean, they are really adaptable to humans and the rising tides. I think they're super hardy birds, and I think people should be pretty respectful of them and definitely more aware. I don't know how many of you were here last week when we were joking. People asked like, well, why can't they nest in trees?
Yeah.
You know, because they haven't evolved that fast.
Million
So,
people live underground.
Yeah, right.
yeah. So, yeah. Why can't we just give them their beaches? So,
So is it plover or plover?
I think that's a preference. It's like tomato. Some people say plover. I say plover. You know. Don't you think? How many of you say